ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Wow, very nice. चलिए हम लोग चलेंगे, रुकना नहीं है किसी के लिए। गोलोक का भी जिसका समय जब आएगा तब चले जाना पड़ेगा, रुकना नहीं है। हम लोग चले जाएंगे। So, welcome to all of you for today's session. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 14th chapter, sloka 21st onwards. So, we are seeing when Anga left to forest because of his bad son. So then there was so much in that kingdom, unwanted things, mischievous activities were going on because of there is no king. And because of that, so many thieves and rogues, they were looting and they are disturbing the society. By seeing this, the sages, Puruvadi and these sages, they thought that better to change. So better to appoint a king as an emergency. Even the ministers, they are not interested actually in appointing Vena as king, but with the consultancy of Sunitha, sages appointed Vena as king. But this Vena, because of his presence, all the thieves and rogues, they hidden like the rats hiding when snakes are moving. The same way, so they were all hidden, but he passed the rule that in my country nobody should do no hotavyam na datavyam na hotavyam datavyam na, what is that another one thing? Na datavyam na hotavyam na ye yajatvam, huh? Something. Na estavyam, na hotavyam, na so datavyam. Like that, he was saying that in my kingdom they should not worship Brahmanas, they should not follow their duties, they should not worship demigods, they should not worship any, they should not do any ritualistic activities as per the Shastra. So like that he passed the rule. He stopped all the activities of the Brahmanas and other Varnas. Because of this, what happened? So there was so much problem actually. There is no proper range, there is no proper food, and there is no happiness in the society. People's situation became like this. Like there is a log, two side fire is lit, and in between the ants are there. One side from so the citizens they are getting torture from King Vena because of his bad ruling. On another side, these thieves and rogues, so they are torturing the people. In this way, citizens always they are in the suffering. By seeing this, actually sages they felt that oh actually we only appointed this Vena as king, and now he is not giving the proper ruling to the society, and it will be very bad for us because we appointed a bad person, and maybe we can incur the sin for appointing bad person as a king. So thinking like that, so to rectify this, they started. They thought that let us we'll go to King Vena and pacify him and also give some good lessons. So they thought, and they came and they were telling good lessons to him. So they were telling that Vishnu has to be worshipped. When Vishnu is worshipped, then automatically all the demigods also will be worshipped. Then all the peace, happiness will be in the society. So like that, they were giving good suggestions. So further we will continue what they were saying. So sloka number 21st also is part of that. तं सर्वलोकमरयज्ञसङ्ग्रहं त्रयीमयं द्रव्यमयं तपोमयं यज्ञैर्विचित्रैर्यजतो भवायते राजन् स्वदेशानुनरोद्धमर्हसि.
Dear King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with the predominating deities, is the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices in all planets. The Supreme Lord is the sum total of the three Vedas, the owner of everything, and the ultimate goal of all austerity. Therefore, your countrymen should engage in performing various sacrifices for your elevation. Indeed, you should always direct them towards the offering of sacrifices.
Yeah, they are giving the very right understanding. This whole creation is out of Lord's will. Jagruhe Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadi. And also, he created this universe and he is the cause of everything. Why Lord created this universe? What are the reasons? Okay. Huh? So matrartham cha bhavartham cha atmane kalpanaya cha. There are the three reasons why Lord created this universe actually. Matrartham. Matrartham means so jivas are all are lying in the Mahavishnu's body, which are covered with the avidya and karma. These jivas, so they don't have any kind of body to enjoy their karma. Matrartham means to enjoy the karma. All the jivas in the body of the Mahavishnu, they are lying covered with the avidya and also accompanied with karma. And to enjoy that karma, they need senses, they need body, they need mind, intelligence, all this false ego. So that's why that is the one reason. Matrartham cha. bhavartham. So that means jivatma has to do further karma. So it is having the karma presently and it has to do further karma. So to do further karma, jivatma naturally is it having any hands and legs? No. No legs and no hands are there with jivatma inherently. But it is a particle actually. It is having the so kartrtvam, bhoktrtvam and jnatrtvam. Inherently, it is having the qualities of knowingness, ability to know, and ability to do, ability to enjoy. These qualities are there in the jivatma, but the jivatma doesn't have any hands, legs, or any tools are not there. So then, but that jivatma is also covered with the avidya and also it is having the karma. So as per the karma, it has to now enjoy the so some enjoyment like it has to eat laddus now. That kind of karma is with it. So but now there are no tongue and there is no so nose, there is nothing body, there are no laddus also. Then what? So that's why matrartham for that sake he gave the body. He started creation actually, Lord. And bhavartham. Bhavartham means so as per its karma, it should do further karma actually. Further karma. So for doing the karma also jivatma needs body actually. Without body, how it can do the karma? It is just an infinitely small particle. This particle needs the body. Otherwise, it cannot do any further things. So it's like this jivatma in the body of the Mahavishnu. All the jivas, infinite jivas, they are all unlimited jivas. They are all covered with the avidya. And on top of that, they are also covered with karma actually. This is a one jivatma if you take like this. But they don't have any hands and legs, nothing. Nothing is there. But this particle is having the form. What kind of form it is having? Ekarupa svarupa bhak. Ekarupa. That means uniform form. Uniform svarupa it is having. That means like just a particle of the light. So similarly, that kind of form is there. You cannot say that it is not having the form. But what kind of qualities it is having? It is having the kartrtvam. That means uh, kartrtvam it is having. Kartrtvam and jnatrtvam and bhoktrtvam. And not only that, dasa bhuto hare, it is having the ability to become dasa, but it is not dasa. Like the citizens of India, everyone is having the ability to become prime minister, but they are not prime minister now. For that, they has to do some kind of so endeavors. Then only they can become prime minister. Similarly, Jivatma being part and parcel of the Lord, it is having the ability. That's why it is said that Dasa Bhuto Harihi. Dasa Bhutaha, not Dasaha. Dasa Bhuta Harihi. That means it can be servant of the Lord. And also the Swarupa it is having the Ekarupa Swarupa Bhak. That's already we wrote. So, and also it is infinitely Satchitananda. That means so infinitely small Satness is there, Chitness is there, and Ananda also is there. But it is covered with the Avidya. So that's why it is not able to know who is he. And but it is having the karma along with it. It is anadi actually, no beginning. We don't know. So that means when this karma is began. So that's beginningless. No beginning actually. That's all. No beginning means no beginning. Anadi means no adi. And now, like this, jivatmas are all lying. Now they are all in the body of the Mahavishnu lying. Then ekoham bahusyama. When he desired to become many, so then what he that means or otherwise when he wants to locus isrukshaya, when he desired to create the universe. So then the purpose is he has to give facility to this jivatma, which is covered with the avidya. So to do what? To enjoy. As per its karma, it is having some destiny. That means it should get these sense objects should be enjoyed, and this kind of the pleasure it should get, or this kind of pain should get. So now there is a need to create the sense objects and to enjoy what it needs. It needs jivatma needs what, which is covered with the avidya. It needs false ego. It needs chitta. It needs intelligence. It needs mind. It needs senses. It needs gross body. It needs sense objects. All these. Then only it can. So as per its karma, it can do activities and enjoy. That means matrartham, bhavartham. And also, fortunately, if we get the association of devotee, so that's why devotion is a special element. It is not 23 element out of the 23. It is a special thing which is out of the svarupa Shakti of the Lord. So if that is given to him out of mercy, then it can utilize all these gross and subtle bodies. So to practice the sadhana and doing sadhana, and then finally it can become, so it can purify all this. It can destroy its karma and it can purify and get liberated or get the highest realizations, prema and all those things. Unfortunately or fortunately, if it get the association of gnani, then it will not going to get any this kind of bhakti. Then it will be getting the so gnana. Because of the gnana, it will destroy this avidya with the vidya. Then after that, it will leave vidya also. Then finally, it will go and merge into the Brahman. So that's why there are how many ways? Only two ways are major ways. Either Savishesha in the form of Nirvishesha form of the absolute truth it may get, or otherwise Savishesha form. Only two. So then, like this, that means to do practice of either jnana or the Ashtanga Yoga or otherwise Bhakti, it needs what? It needs the senses and gross and subtle senses. So that is the way Lord actually for these three reasons, matrartham, bhavartham, atmane, kalpanaya. For these three reasons, he is creating this creation actually. Then jivatma so can get benefit of this body, or otherwise it can be doing the enjoying the karma and going like that. So that's why these sages what they are saying, the wholesome creator of this entire universe is Lord. So that's why he is asking, they are asking actually, they are asking Raja Vena, tapomayaha yajnamayaha tam sarvalokam tam sarvaloka tam sarvalokamara yajna sangraham त्रयीमयं द्रव्यमयं तपोमयं यज्ञैः विचित्रैः यजतो भवायते राजन स्वदेशानुरोद्धम arhasi. So that's why they are saying that they are asking, dear King, Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with the predominating deities, he is the enjoyer. So aham sarva yajnanam bhokta. So Lord is saying that for all the yajnas, he is the bhokta. That means jivatma, what it should realize, this jivatma which is covered with the avidya, it should understand that this whole creation, whatever the grass, subtle bodies, whatever the there with it, these are all meant for what? Meant for the worshipping him, who has given all this. So worshipping him. That is only its duty actually. They are saying that is the supreme Lord is the sum and total of the three Vedas, the owner of the everything, owner of the everything, even the body, and the Jivatma also belongs to the Lord. He himself is belong to the Lord. Every individual belongs to the Lord. And the ultimate goal of all the austerity. Therefore, your countrymen should engage in performing various sacrifices for your elevation. So that's why, as a king is what? King is also one of the jivatma, and he is having some special potencies, because whenever the position of king is given, that means automatically he is getting the special powers actually of the different the ruling power he is getting, and also he is getting the commanding power. So many and opulence is getting. So all these powers are given to jivatma. Such a jivatma should represent that every jivatma should ultimately engage in the ultimate supreme creator, and he is only one and only one. So Vedas are saying, so concluding that the Lord Krishna and Vishnu, he is only the one person, and everyone has to be engaged in this purpose only. So this is the mission actually, our mission, and everyone in the society has to be engaged. There is no other, there is no other dharma actually, only one dharma, that is engaging everyone in the service of Vishnu. Of course, there are so many anomalies, but they are not really actually fact. This is the conclusion of all the Vedas. All the Vedas concluding into the so Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramaka. So Vasudeva is the ultimate conclusion of the all the Vedas. So that's why, therefore, your countrymen should engage in performing various sacrifices for your elevation. Indeed, you should always direct and towards the offering of sacrifices. So that's the human life is meant for giving the sacrifices, that means doing the sacrifices for satisfaction of the Vishnu. That means initially what? This jivatma, which is covered with the avidya and having this subtle and gross bodies, even it is getting the association of law devotees, immediately it cannot, that means able to engage 24 hours all this body, mind, and intelligence. This is actually, this is false ego, this is chittam, this is intelligence, this is mind, and these are the senses, and this is the gross body, because it is not belongs to this jivatma. Jivatma is just infinitely small, covered with avidya and lying. Everything is given by the Lord actually, and it should, what it should do, it should utilize all these things in the service of the Lord. So initially, even it come into the association of the Lord, it what it should do, it should engage all of these things 24 by hour, 24 by 7, all the time, in the service of the Lord only, in the direct service to the Lord, not the ऐसा मुड़ के नहीं जाना है, डायरेक्ट सर्विस. मैं कर्म करूंगा, कर्म का फल ऑफर करूंगा, दिस इज नॉट डायरेक्ट सर्विस. So he, that what is the best way is engage all these things in the direct service, like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam. 64 limbs are given actually. Engage all these things in the Lord's service. For whose purpose? For the pleasure of the Lord only. So for whose pleasure? For the pleasure of the Lord. Then that is a pure devotion. That is the right situation actually. Because who is the owner? Lord is the owner, and everything belongs to whom? Lord. Then where it should be engaged? For the sake of the Lord only it should be engaged. That is known as pure devotion. That has to be done. But now, but those who are not so having that kind of so conviction because of lack of association, so this kind of understanding jivatma, can it find by itself? Oh, everything belongs to Lord and I should engage everything to the Lord? No. This kind of conviction or this kind of understanding to the jivatma should be given by someone else only. Otherwise, jivatma infinitely small, and it is having the what? It is a tatastha shakti. This shakti cannot understand this shakti is not having the potency by its own potency, tatastha shakti. It cannot know the Supreme Lord who is out of the svarupa shakti. And also jivatma cannot actually using this chitta, intelligence, and mind. These are also different faculties. And using these tools, jivatma cannot understand Lord. Thousands and millions of times also, and any, that means any amount of power is there, that means extreme power in this material world is given, the extreme intelligence is given to jivatma, still it cannot, because these are all belongs to the jada padartha, external potency only. Using this external potency also, it cannot understand Lord by itself. It cannot just by using all these things. So it cannot. So that's why it needs the mercy of the, that means it needs some special potency, a special potency which is different from the Tatastha Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti. That is known as, so Krupa, or otherwise Swarupa Shakti, is the another form of the Swarupa Shakti. That Krupa, when it is given, because of this Krupa, only this jivatma will believe, or the trust, or put faith on the Lord. This is needed. This kind of, that means special Shakti should be given. Then only, otherwise, even it study the scriptures using its own material intelligence, it cannot understand that Lord is there and I should surrender to Him, and my constitutional position is Him, He only. Because there is no possibility using this material mind, it cannot be get that understanding. It needs the krupa of the, so devotees. So then devotees krupa is there. Otherwise, many people are reading the Bhagavatam, many people are reading the Bhagavad Gita. All are getting no. When there is a mercy of the Lord, devotee is involved in that, along with that, so then only they are getting, with that mercy they are getting the, they are becoming, they are believing, they are accepting the existence of the Lord. Otherwise, accepting the existence of the Lord using the material mind is not possible. So accepting, so the conclusions of the scriptures, so jivatma is accepting, and also, so it is believing. So understanding and believing, it may understand but it cannot believe, but it is believing because of the potency, the potencies, the kripa given by the, so Parama Vaishnava, actually. Parama Swatantra Bhagavad Bhakta Tat Sangha Kripa Jata Mangalodayena. That means Parama Swatantra Bhakta. That means when who is having this kind of potency, who is really, that means completely, so such a potency strong, whoever is having this such a faith on the Lord, such a person only can give this mercy, so that you can also get the faith. So then such a jivas will be gradually, that means gradually means this faith also one day it will not be developed actually. So gradually it will develop, and then it will utilize all these things in the direct service of the Lord. Before that, oh, sometimes few hours it may utilize for the Lord directly, and so still that means some kind of, so faith on the other things, identifying himself as body, then utilizing these things to the do the karma, and the result of the karma it may offer. But using all these things to do karma, and the result of karma if you offer, then that is not purely devotion actually. So that is, while doing the karma, it is identifying himself as this body actually. Based upon the qualities of the subtle body, it will be getting the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, like the designations. Okay. So here, ultimately, everyone, if someone is getting the association of Jnani, then his role is different. The whole Bhagavatam will be discussing this only. Whole Bhagavatam discuss how the creation happens and how these elements are interacting, and so how to get the mercy of the Lord. So how the mercy of the Lord is given to the, that means mercy is given to this jivatma, and what are the different types of process. So that means how these subtle and gross bodies are engaged into the worship of the Lord. So whole thing is explained in that small book, whatever I said now. So kindly go through that. If you understand the fundamental, understand, if fundamentals are clear, then the purpose also will become so clear actually. We'll try to catch the exact meaning. Otherwise, line will be the read, line may we may read, but we'll be getting the our own understanding. Exact understanding we should take, not the as per the our consciousness state, as per the our things. So we try to take the meaning of that line only as per our conditioning. So, but as much as we clear with the fundamentals, then that will help us to take the purpose lines also properly. So please read that book. If you have any doubts, then we'll yes.
It's to be broken.
So they are destroyed so that we can release also. So they are not destroyed actually. They are destroyed in the case of Gnanis. And this jivatma particle is always pure. It cannot be contaminated. It can be covered, but it cannot be. That means this particle cannot be spoiled. So Nainam Chindanti Sastrani. And this is always Chinmaya Suddhopi Vichasthe Hevishuddha Kartago. This Jivatma is always pure, and this particle they will take it and merge into the effulgence of the body, effulgence of the Lord. Then that is known as Sahyaj Mukti. But in the case of devotion, what will happen if you engage all these things in the service of the Lord? All these will become the transcendental actually. Materialness will go out. That is in the case of so devotion. Everything, everything will be purified. Everything will be purified. All the senses, mind, intelligence, all are engaged, all are getting purified. So, matrartham. Who is asking? Acha, acha, acha. This is from the Vedas Stuti. Vedas are glorifying, and 87 chapter, sloka number 2. 10th and 87 chapter. Vedas are saying they are the best people, so they know who is the Lord and what is the purpose of creation and what is jivatma, what is the samsara and what is the goal of the life and what are the best process. Who can tell best? Vedas. That's why that part of the Bhagavatam is very important actually. Vedas to do. Yes, Prabhu. Ekarupa Swarupa Bhak. Ekarupa Swarupa Bhak. Yeah, it is from Paramatma Sandarbha. It is from the Padma Purana. Padma Purana, it is explained, and Jamatru Muni, he is a Sri Vaishnava lineage, he comes in that line, Parampara he comes, and Jiva Goswami takes the Jamatru Muni's Karika on the Padma Purana's slokas, and so he described the Jivatma's qualities based upon the Jamatru Muni's Karika and give the support of the Bhagavatam for those slokas. That means support no, but Bhagavatam also is telling the same thing. And he took this, just he is quoting there, Jamatru Muni's Karika, which is describing these Karika. Karika means, Karika means slokas, man-made slokas. Like Sridhar Swami, he does some Karikas. Like Visnu Thakur, before writing the commentary on the chapter, he will be writing one line, one sloka is writing to summarize the whole chapter. This is known as Karika. So, like that, Jamatru Muni wrote Karikas. About what? These Karikas are describing the qualities of Jivatma. So, based upon what he wrote, based upon the Padma Purana. And Jiva Goswami took these Karikas and he explained the Jivatma's characteristics. So, there he mentions actually Ekarupa Swarupa Bhak. Jamatru Muni mentions, and Jiva Goswami also. He shows that is there in the Bhagavatam also. Like that. That is a form of the Jivatma. Jivatma is having the form. But what is that form? This is the form. Very simple actually. The total how creation happens. So what is the initial state of the Jivatma? Initial means no initial actually. In the body of the Mahavishnu, how it is? Bhagavatam begins from there only. Everywhere in the second canto or third canto, any canto, if you see Bhagavatam begins that Jivatmas are all in the Mahavishnu's body. When he glances, they are coming out, and when 100 years of Brahma is over, they are going inside. Coming out, going inside. Coming out, going inside. That's all. So this much is the discussion. So we don't need to worry so much about the further. No need to dig the things. So that is not our business also, because Shastra is not speaking, then we don't need to worry about that. Whatever Shastra is saying, that is enough. So then after that creation, so then what are the ways actually? The jivatma can utilize its subtle body for its own sense gratification because of not getting the association of sadhu. Sadhus can be two types: gnani sadhus and bhakta sadhus. If it get the bhakta sadhus association, then another way it will go. And if it get the gnani sadhus association, it will go another. And before entering into the pure gnana marga or the bhakti marga, it should do the karma. This only total Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad is explaining these things only again and again, again and again, again and again. Very easy actually. Huh? Yes, it is. Yeah. Next, any questions? You read that book, then if you get questions, then we'll see. Any questions? Rupa is uniform. Spiritual world, how will be getting the body? As per the karma, will be getting the material body. As per the bhakti, will be getting spiritual body. No, that spiritual body is not the out of Tatsha Shakti. Spiritual body is out of Sarupa Shakti. Jivatma is out of Tatsha Shakti. Both are Chit Shakti only, but not equal. Jivatma inherently it is Tatsha Shakti. Tatsha Shakti quality is different, and Sarupa Shakti quality is different. It is getting the body out of Sarupa Shakti. Then you cannot consider that the body is in the Sarupa of the Jivatma. No. It is given to that. Then after that, actually, if you see in our scriptures, they are not explaining after the liberation how this body it is having mind intelligence interaction of these elements. These are all not at all discussed actually. They are, that means dadami buddhi yogam, and how you are getting that spiritual body also you cannot understand actually. In the commentary of 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, if you see dadami buddhi yogam there, so Visnu Chakravarti clearly explains it's not our cup of tea actually. What we should do in this material world, that is clear. And what kind of body you have, material body, and how the elements are there. That means false ego, what is the role of false ego, what is the role of chittam, what is the role of intelligence, mind. All these things are described actually in the 26th chapter of Bhagavad, the third canto. But when it is going to get the spiritual body, then how they are all acting and how the mechanism, the physics of the spiritual world is not explained. In overall, it is said it's achintya actually. That is not possible to understand this material mind. Sadhaka mind is not going to understand. Sadhakas, even the limbs you are using your mind senses and your bodily limbs, and you are trying to think about the Lord. When you say Lord is Pundarika Akshaha, that means he is having the lotus eyes. Aksha, that means his eyes are lotus. When you hear this, your mind is really going to the Lord. Your material mind as a sadhaka, it's not going to the Lord. When you hear Pundarika means is the lotus petals, and Aksha means the eyes. At that time, your mind is just bringing the material. That means your mind is catching what? Material eyes and material lotus. And somehow or other, you are thinking that you are meditating on the really the lotus eyes of the Lord. But lotus eyes of the Lord cannot be touched by your material mind. Sadhaka's mind, no. You're understanding the point? So Lord is considering that this sadhaka is, that means we feel abhimanam. That means I am thinking of the Lord. But actually your mind is not going. If it is going, if you say, then Lord is also out of matter. When you say I am Himalayas, the Nili Megha, that means blue sky. Then your mind is going to the blue sky. That is okay, because that is a blue sky is also out of matter, and your mind is matter, and it can touched by your mind. It can imagine, it can touch it, and it can go. But what about the lotus eyes of the Lord? They are out of Sarupa Shakti, and that object can be the that means that can be the object for the thinking of the material mind. It's not impossible actually. Then what we are doing as a sadhaka? We are feeling that I am meditating on the Lord, and Lord is accepting out of His mercy. This jivatma is really focusing on me only. And so he considered like a small baby using the small toys, and baby says that, Mommy, I am preparing food for you. All the toys she takes, and she put this some artificial water and artificial grains, everything artificial matchbox, and now I put the fire, and now I am cooking, and Mommy take it. How it is nice. Mommy says after eating, wow, nice. Like this actually. Your material mind senses are like toys in front of the Lord's. They cannot they cannot reach to the Lord's form, qualities, everything. No. But he is accepting, and then finally he is taking that Jivatma at his lotus feet. That is the mercy of the Lord. Otherwise, what? No. We are nothing actually. Jivatma is nothing, and its body and its intelligence, mind are also nothing. They are all just inert materials actually. Body, mind, intelligence. Inertness, that means mind is able to desire. That means sankalpa and vikalpa. Intelligence is able to figure out its object is. In that also, that intelligence also the ability to decide this object is this, that knowingness, that jnatrtvam shakti, that means knowingness is also is not belongs to the bahiranga shakti. Lord is being paramatma sitting inside the heart, and he is giving the that kind of facility to that. That means otherwise jivatma doesn't have the inherent jnatrtvam. No, sorry, inert material. Mind intelligence is out of inert material, but now mind is telling that intelligence is telling that if you should keep a pen in front of your eyes, your intelligence is able to decide that this is a pen. It is able to know this. So intelligence is able to know this. How it is able to know? That intelligence is having the now knowing ability. Jada padartha, but intelligence is out of the Bahiranga Shakti, is a matter, it's an inert material. How it is having this ability, Jnatrtvam Shakti, how it got? Because when the creation is happening, you remember, Lord is entering every time actually. Every time is entering into each and every element. Then the process is further progressing. So like that, in the tamasika, when the ahankara, so he enters into that, his gnana shakti and kriya shakti, then it will become the satvika ahankara, rajasika ahankara, tamasika ahankara. Then only then the elements are created. So he is every step, everywhere he is entering, and he is supporting that. That's why it is what it is doing. What is it? As much as if we understand the position of the jivatma and the creation, that will be helping us to how much we should surrender to the law. That will destroy our ignorance and our ahankara. And our position, as much as we understand clearly, that much one can become pure, and that much he can able to surrender to the Lord. That's why one should read Bhagavatam again and again, very scrutinizingly, very deeply. That is the goal of this movement actually. This movement is started to make every jivatma as pure devotee. Prabhupada writes. This is the purpose. Everything that me bhoga also, whatever. So patram pushpam phalam tomam toyam yome bhaktya prayachiti. So Lord accepts, along a devotee should offer. Actually, I was telling that now I tell this sloka, but I didn't cover it on the first day. So the person bhaktya prayachati, the one who is having the bhakti. Bhakti what? Like someone is for just sake of offering, he is going in front of the Lord and he is putting in front of him that sambhoga. Out of love only, will he accept that? Will he eat that? He will not eat. He may accept, but he will not eat. Bhaktya prayachati. Bhaktya means here bhakti means it's that means that quality should be there always. That means he is not for the one time purpose, he offering purpose, he became devotee and he is offering. No, he will not take that. He will not eat that. He should be all the time bhakta. That's why when whatever karmis, if they offer to the Lord, he will accept. Okay, I will keep it. But eating, no. Keeping and accepting is different, and eating is different or not? That asnami. That means this is the one quality, and another point is another point. So second time bhaktya came actually. So second time bhaktya is what? Even he is a devotee, it is not necessary that whatever he gives, everything he takes. The devotee also should give out of devotion. Now in this moment I don't have any interest to give, but just for the okay, तो offer करना है तो कर दूंगा. ऐसे नेम से कर दिया, बिना प्रेम का ऐसा दे दिया, तो भी वो नहीं खाएंगे. So these are the two conditions. So then if it is given, then Lord is accepting that and eating that. Eating that. So then that's why it's become transcendental. Yeah.
In this case, someone offers, say, should cover, let's say some person similar order.
Lord will not eat, it will accept, but he will not eat. तद asnami means eating. ऐसा आपका थाली में बहुत कुछ रखा गया, ऐसा नहीं कि आप हर एक चीज खाएंगे. ऐसा हम छोड़ देते हैं, ठीक है वापस ले लो, मैं दे दिया, ठीक है, और वापस ले. Whatever he eats, that will become prasadam. Whatever he Vishwanath writes like that also. Whatever he eats, that only will become. Not necessary that whatever kept in front of Lord, everything is prasadam. Conditions are very heavy. ऐसा जैसा जैसा आपका थाली में भी आप किसी घर में गए हैं, तो you went to someone's house, चिड़चिड़ापन था पहले से, वो आप ये आया क्यों आया ऐसा है ऐसा, तो like that he is from the beginning he is feeling about. He kept something in your plate, you take maybe so some 4 5 items. Okay, you say that okay you say, but will you eat it? It's necessary? No, because he is not having the love. Then only if you do no love, then you will not eat. If you have love, then you say that. If they have love, then you'll eat. Then only you'll eat. Even in the plate also, your mother is or your before actually might be serving the so many different side of subjects, and you which you don't like it. Also, you serve. She served. Then you say that I don't want to eat. I'll eat these things. That's why here the word asnami is given. Krahnami is not given. Asnami means eating. Eating is not equal to the accepting. Acharya is also not promoting. If there is no love, they are saying, Acharyas, they are saying that they may forward it. Lord said that, hey, he is not having love, so that's why I am returning this. Acharya is also saying to you, it is written to you. It's not that written. Acharyas also they cannot enforce. No, actually.
So, some personal skills for how not reciprocates.
Yeah, you see.
So it is gradation of prasadam.
Yes, yes, definitely. अत्र भक्त्या इति कारणं तृतीयायां भक्त्युप उपहृताम् इति पौनरुक्तं स्यात् अतः सहाद्य तृतीय भक्त्या सहित मद्भक्ताः इत्यर्थः माने एक व्यक्ति person with bhakti here tritiya is there bhaktya is the third that means instrumental case is there so from this we should understand bhaktas only bhaktas means so whoever is pradhanibhuta bhaktas at least so suddha bhaktas are two types that means majorly who that means do the devotional activities for him bhakti is only the primary goal and remaining things are secondary they are all pradhanibhuta bhaktas and for whom bhakti is only the ultimate endeavor activity they are all the suddha bhaktas so those people only can offer actually those if they offer tena madbhakta bhinna jana janah tatkalikya bhaktya yat prayachati tat तेन उपहृतम अपि पत्र पुष्पादिकम न एव अश्नामि that means what it means tatkalikya bhaktya temporary bhakti that means some karmi out of some temporary bhakti he may give so that's the offering should not be allowed by the new people actually offering should not be that means especially in the temple he may practice in his house but in the temples offering should be done by senior person actually. Cooking actual standards is cooking is also done by the most highest service is cooking and offering. that we do that we do by the payment. That is that's why our movement is having some kind of problems actually. Anyway, so तात्कालिक्या भक्त्या यत प्रयच्छति that means temporary devotion से जो भी दिया जाएगा यत् प्रयच्छति that means तेन उपहृतमपि पत्रपुष्पादिकं न एव अश्नामि I don't eat ततश्च on top of that मद्भक्तः एव पत्रादिकं यद् ददाति तत् तस्य अहम् अश्नामि यथोचितम् उपयुञ्जे even my devotee gives he should not force me to eat everything यथोचितं कीदृशं भक्त्या अपहृतं न तु kasyachit anurodena dattam. Even my devotee also, if we give with devotion, then only I eat. Kasyapi anurodena. किसी अनुरोध के कारण दिया गया. माने किसी some other secondary reasons, if it is offered, then I will not accept. Love से देना है. उनका डिमांड बहुत है भगवान से. माने वो खाएंगे नहीं बोल रहे स्वीकार तो करेंगे लेकिन खाएंगे नहीं. That will be removed anyway, no problem. But that is not the Mahaprasad. अब सिन का दूर करने के लिए दे दिए तो सिन दूर करके दे दिए ये था महाप्रभु खाओ तो ठीक है जैसे देवताओं को ऑफर करने से भी सिन चले जाते वैसे ही otherwise you will become the thief na actually so by offering to the devatas that whatever the sin we get out of the five that means by cleaning by पीसने के लिए क्लीन करे दस पंचसुना sin that is removed by offering to the demigods similarly that is removed by offering to the lord also but if it should become prasadam then you have to offer with यज्ञेन युष्मत् विषये द्विजातिभिर्वितायमानेन सुराः कलाहरेः स्विष्टा सुतुष्टा प्रदिशन्ति वाञ्छितं तद्देलनं नार्हसि वीरचेष्टितुम्.
When all the brahmanas engage in performing sacrifices in your kingdom, all the demigods, who are plenary expansions of the Lord, will be very much satisfied by their activities and will give you your desired result. Therefore, O hero, do not stop the sacrificial performances. If you stop them, you will disrespect the demigods.
Yeah. Sages, they are saying that engage all the Brahmanas into the sacrifice in your kingdom. So the demigods will be satisfied and they will be giving the whatever the needs are there for us, mainly rains. Anna is needed actually. For us, Anna will come from the rains. Otherwise, these demigods are disrespected and they will not give anything, whatever required for the kingdom, the people, citizens in the kingdom. Then, after hearing this, what is the reaction of the Vena? You see, Vena Vacha. Balisha bata yuyam va adharme dharma manina ye vrittidam patim hitva jaram patimupasate. Powerful.
Vena replied,
Yeah.
"You are not at all experienced. It is very much regrettable that you are maintaining something which is not religious and are accepting it as religious. Indeed, I think you are giving up your real husband, who maintains you, and are searching after some paramour to worship."
So, what is the thought of the view of the Vena? Vena is saying that this whole kingdom belongs to whom? Me. That means you are standing on my land, and whatever the food and whatever the things you are getting from where? From my land. That means who is your real husband? Myself. And but you want to worship those demigods? What is this? Is like a prostitution, paramour. That means woman who is having secret lover, so looking for that lover. So like that, you people are maintained by me, and I am your everything, and you people want to worship the demigods. It's like, yeah, a real husband you left and looking for secret lover. Purport King Vena was so foolish that this is this is a middle world actually. King Vena was so foolish that he accused the saintly sages of being inexperienced like small children. In other words, he was accusing them of not having perfect knowledge. In this way, he could reject their advice and make accusation against them, comparing them to a woman who doesn't care for her husband, who maintains her but goes to satisfy a paramour who doesn't maintain her. The purpose of this simile is apparent. It is the duty of the Kshatriya to engage the Brahmanas in different types of religious activities. And the king is supposed to be the maintainer of the Brahmanas. If the Brahmanas don't worship the king but instead go to the demigods, so they are as polluted as unchaste women. So actually in the present day society also, so every time actually, if there is a Prabhupada says in Sankirtan Yajna is going on, that's why now we are having the rains and food. Whenever the Sankirtan Yajna is off, that means everything will be off. Avajanantyami मूढ़ा नृप रूपिणमीश्वरम् नानुविन्दन्ति te भद्रम् iha loke paratra cha.
Those who, out of gross ignorance, do not worship the king, who is actually the supreme personality of Godhead, experience happiness neither in this world nor in the world after death.
Yeah. So Vena says that those who out of ignorance don't worship the king, who is actually supreme personality. Same Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, all this. But he is not that much level of Hiranyakashipu's and Hiranyaksha's level. No. Vena is low level actually. You know what happened? Even he took this so many times Lord's name, Vena went to hell actually. He got punishment. So by this, because he was not like powerful demon like Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Otherwise Kamsa. Experience happiness neither in this world nor in the world after death. Okay, next.
But he was having idea of next life.
Yeah. Yes. को यज्ञ पुरुषो नाम यत्र वो भक्तिरीदृशी भर्तृस्नेह विदुराणाम यथा जारे कुयोषिताम.
You are so much devoted to the demigods, but who are they? See, your affection for these demigods is exactly like the affection of an unchaste woman who neglects her married life and gives all attention to her parents.
So this is repeated same. विष्णुर्विरिञ्चो गिरीशा इन्द्रो वायुर्यमो रविः पर्जन्यो दनदः सोमः क्षितिरग्निर्पम्पति एते चान्ये च विबुधा प्रभवो वरक्षापयोः देहे भवन्ति नृपते सर्वदेवमयो नृपः.
Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, Vayu, the master of air, Yama, the superintendent of death, the sun god, the director of rainfall, Kuvera, the treasurer, the moon god, the predominating deity of the earth, Agni, the fire god, Varuna, the lord of waters, and all others who are great and competent to bestow benedictions or to curse, all abide in the body of the king. For this reason, the king is known as the reservoir of all demigods, who are simply parts and parcels of the king's body.
King is representative.
Yeah. Actually, that's true. King is representative of the Lord. Actually, Lord is only giving his different potencies to the jivatma, like Indra, Chandra, Surya. All these names belongs to whom? Lord only. Yeah, that means the Indra means controlling power. Chandra means illuminating power. So Varuna means controlling water. These initial energies all are with the Lord only, and that's why Indra, Chandra, Surya all are his names only. But these are all given. These potencies are given to a particular jiva. Now it is called also Indra. But original Indra is Krishna only. So all these potencies, whatever is given to these demigods, also will be given little portion of all these demigods also given to the king. Whenever he took the position of that, automatically all these energies are coming into him. So when coronation is happening, so at that time, so all these when the Brahmanas are reciting and they are giving the powers, all these powers to the that jivatma. That means he is able to control now. He is appointed by the Vedic mantras. Finally, all the potencies are given to him. So demigods are living in him. That's true. But actually, they are given to him. He is thinking that he is the reservoir of everything. That's the problem, actually. For this reason, king is known as the reservoir of all demigods. So that's why you all worship me. Why you have to worship them? There are many demons who think of themselves as the supreme and present themselves as the directors of the sun, moon, and other planets. This is all due to false pride. Similarly, King Vena developed a demonic mentality and presented himself as the supreme personality of Godhead. Same thing you can see in the present day society also. So we have everything in us, and we can do anything. And I have this talent, I have that talent. Actually, these are all talents, even because of karma. If entity living entity gets, but what is the fact? These are all given and originally belongs to the Lord. But because of the so identifying himself as or that mind intelligence, thinking that he himself that. So same way, like Vena, you can see in the present day society also, people always think like that. They are the doer of everything. They can do anything, and everyone should worship them. In the Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter, right? It comes Aham Bhogi, like that. Aham Ishwaroham, yeah. Aham Balavan, like that. This is out of the mode of passion and ignorance. Such demons are numerous in this age of Kali, and all of them are condemned by great sages and saintly persons. Now, in the society, how many Venas are there? 99.9%. And how all the resources of the Prakriti, of the Lord, in the Prakriti, whatever resources are there, land, water, and also the air, everything in their control now. And very little portion of the people who really know the the position of the Lord and who actually, so really they are doing devotion, very little portion. And because of this, the entire society is now very, very problematic and difficult. And so many problems. The total all are like this only. And no encouragement for the rituals. As per the standards, all they worship the, at least society should worship the devatas. At least that is minimum required. That is also not happening. Completely. And it is increasing. Actually, the power is day by day is going into their hands. Now, because of the AI, is now it's extreme actually. One of the extremists. Our intelligence also is very slow, very soon it is going to become inactive actually. Intelligence will be no intelligence. Anything, even if you want to give any comment on the anything, so you'll feed everything and you'll ask AI. Okay, AI will be telling this you should do. These are the things. Anything actually, anything if you want. AI will prepare a PPT, AI will do the this, AI will prepare the your write up, AI will prepare your planning and everything. Huh? Poster banners, everything AI will prepare. तो आप क्या करेंगे फिर? That means actually we are dependent on these things. Huh? We are going to dependent on all these things. And then it will become after a few days it will become necessary. Then people will become just like they have no potency, nothing. Even if you tell something, they cannot understand also because now they lost the habit of analyzing and first of all grasping, after that understanding, then after that so finding, analyzing that, then coming to the conclusion. So this ability is removed from the humans. Then what will happen actually? They are nothing actually. Now body became useless by sitting every time all the day, because even if you just fell down from the in the bathroom also your bones are broken and you'll become good for anything, nothing, good for nothing. Such a delicate, because previously you used to do all work by your own body, there is no machinery, then that means at that time you have competency. Even there is some problem, then you are able to recover yourself because there is a fitness is there. Physical fitness, physical level it is removed by on the name of luxury, and many objects are given. Now they want to control mentally also, they want to make you inactive and controlled by them mentally also. Initially they give mobile to you, so that your time is killed by them. You cannot think out of your mobile. Without mobile you will become restless for 1 hour. If the mobile is not there, you'll feel restless. Oh, what is happening, what is, where is that mobile? You try to be without mobile for 1 day, you'll feel suffocation actually. So that means it made like that your whole time is dictated. In the mobile also previously, actually, if you put cassettes, then you can see the whatever the movie you want. You have to first gather the cassettes, CDs or these things, then only you can watch. Now everything ready-madely available there. And that is first thing they did. And after that, so reels came actually. What is happening? Automatically they pop up. One after another, it go and it will go another like that. That means what? Your decision is removed there. What you want to see in this minute also dictated by them. They are showing. So AI will be just collecting whatever. If you see 2 3 videos, then similar videos will be coming and putting there. Then keep on. You have to be watching there. Your time is killed. Then after that, now AI coming and your intelligence more subtle. That means compared to gross body, mind level they control whatever you desire. They stop you to desire. They stop pushing whatever they should that to see. That means body level, mind level they control. Now the intellectual level they came actually now using the artificial intelligence. Then mind, intelligence, and body, mind, intelligence, all 3 levels. These three are the levels actually. If they are all controlled by them, then who are you then? Only ego is there. Only ego is there. I'm thinking that I am doing. Actually, machine is doing. You are thinking that you are doing. And that role is that only ego should be there. It is always give the false identification. Let it. It is increasing. Ego is increasing. Okay. Expand. They cannot understand. After another 10 years, next generation ruined actually. People will be completely that means now the young children, why they will do any homework is given, they will not study and analyze things. They should know only how to use AI tools. That will be the qualification. That is the requirement. They will put in the classes. If you are good enough to use the AI tools, then you are qualified. You can be. That is enough. So like previously, you used to calculate the things. Na? After getting calculator, if you are best enough to use the calculator, you are qualified. Now, who will be the appointed in any post? If you are best enough in the using AI tools, then you will be qualified. What is the new use of natural ability of the understanding? How many years you will take by using your natural intelligence? Artificial intelligence is enough. Then boys will be like that. Then where is the hampering is happening? Spiritual understanding. It cannot come through the AI. And surrendering, it will not come through the AI. This will be hampered. Who will be the losers? Losers? We will be the losers in the society. Our area will be completely vacant. Nobody will be there. No competent person will be in front of us. Within another 15 years, you can see this will going to happen. Now also the teaching is day by day it is going because boys have no time. Girls and boys they don't have time. Actually, they are simply spending their time in this only, watching these things. Now after that intelligence is gone, then what you will teach? Adato Brahma Jignasa, Jignasa. That means inquiry. Who is going to inquire? They will nobody A will inquire actually. A will inquire and A will learn and A will show. If A is going to give everything, then what you are going to do? The realizations how you will get there. You will not get. So my Guru Maharaj actually yesterday in the one group is there, Varnashrama group. In that one person sent on the some question the AI's opinion. Maharaj said that remove this immediately, like that he told. And I don't want to see any AA suggestions in this group. Of course, you may people feel very good with the AI, but it is a big disaster actually to the society. And nobody should put any opinion of AI here. So devotees, until unless if we have to revert the society, this is the time actually. We have to take out these people from the hands of the clutches of these demons. All the Venas are sitting and they are completely using our devotees left and right. They are killing the health of our devotees. They are killing the time of our devotees. They are killing the energy of our devotees for their false things. They are completely utilizing. And they are making us to dependent on them. And they are taking away as much as possible away from the Lord. They are taking away to not to feel the grace of the Lord. So, and they are making them, they are the people who are the protectors. Like that, they are protecting, they are projecting themselves in front of us. We have to be very careful, actually. Very great disaster is coming in front of us. So that's why we have to take out our devotees and so show the alternative to the society. Until unless if we don't show the alternative to the society, all these patch-up works will be the only temporary. If you don't change the wholesome lifestyle, whatever these technique, that technique, like that, so much for mind control, this technique, that techniques, they are all like that. For health, this technique, that technique, all will be the patch up works. Wholesome lifestyle change must actually. The total day should be in our control of our devotees. Total day. From the beginning, sleeping to ending, and what they eat, what they sleep, where they sleep, how they sleep, and what they speak, everything should be in our control, our direction. In the devotees life should be under the direction of devotees, then we can protect them. Otherwise, if you leave them for the in a day for the 15 hours to the demons, you are as a you are just leaving them to go and associate them and just leaving them, then what they will be spoiling them actually. आपका बच्चा दूसरों की जो बुरा बच्चे के पास भेज दिया तो क्या होगा, पूरा गंदा चीज सीख के आ जाएगा, है ना? So this is a problem actually. and they are making the society more and more complex and more difficult, and it will become very difficult to do preaching also. This kind of, now the break will come actually. Definitely there's a big pitfall is coming in front of us. A big pitfall. A big pitfall. Ability of the people is reducing like anything. Abhi to, like that, they are already made. So even if you want to take these people to work on the land, their physical fitness gone like anything. Even for 1 hour also they cannot work. 1 hour is also a great thing actually. So making very hell actually this life. Is Vena's situation better than the now present situation actually if you see. Next, तस्मान् मां कर्म बिर्विप्रा यजध्वं गतमत्सरा बलिं च मह्यं हरता मत्तोऽन्यं कोग्रभुक् पुमान्.
King Vena continued. For this reason, O Brahmanas, you should abandon your envy of me. And by your ritualistic activities, you should worship me and offer me all paraphernalia. If you are intelligent, you should know that there is no personality superior to me who can accept the first operations of all sacrifice.
See how he is projecting himself. And he is projecting, I am king, I am providing everything, and you are not respecting me, and who are not visible, who are there or not there, who knows, and you want to worship them. That's why this is the symptom. In Kali also you can see this kind of things are very much.
This I heard one philosophy. Some place one temple president told that, what did your spiritual master do? I am doing everything for you. You should worship. I am your spiritual master. He just came one day, he gave initiation, he went.
I am the.
It looked like that.
Yeah. That means whatever you see, that you believe. But yeah, as much as intelligence goes down, and only mode of goodness goes down, then people will not understand subtle things. Subtle things are very rare to understand for the people who are in the passion and ignorance. As stated by Krishna himself throughout Bhagavad Gita, there is no truth superior to him. King Vena was imitating the Supreme Personality of God and was also speaking out of false pride. So that tendency is like that only. The present scientists and the technologists, industrialists, politicians, scientists, all these four groups, they together think that we can solve any problem of humanity. We are the dictators and we are the protectors and we are the maintainers of the society. All these four together they come. Scientists, industrialists, and politicians. All these people they come together, feel that what feeling we are everything for you. This is the feeling. It's like next Maitreya Vacha Ittam Vipariyaya Matihi Papiyanutpatham Gata Anuniyamanastatya Yancham Nach Prashtamangala.
The great sage Maitreya continued. Thus, the king, who became unintelligent due to his sinful life and deviation from the right path, became actually bereft of all good fortune. He could not accept the requests of the great sages, which the sages put before him with great respect, and therefore he was condemned.
Thank you. So like this king, very sinful and unintelligent, and deviated from the path, bereft of all good fortune. He was not able to accept the good lessons of sages. The demons certainly cannot have any faith in the words of authorities. They don't follow Shastra and they don't follow also activities in the mode of goodness. In fact, they are always disrespectful to authorities. They manufacture their own religious principles and disobey great personalities like Vyasa, Narada, and even the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. As soon as one disobey authority, disobeys authority, he immediately becomes very sinful and loses his good fortune. So this is the thing actually. We have thousands of philosophies now. In Eastern philosophies, Western philosophies. One philosopher comes, then after that, so people will take that philosophy as a base, and then after that, there are so many hundreds of branches of that. Like in the Mayavada philosophy, also 100 branches are there. Siddhanta Lesha Sangraha, there is one book is there. Even the Shankaracharya gave the initial thought, that means establishing absolute truth is not having any qualities, and Lord is also Ishvara is nothing but the Maya Vachina Chaitanyam, or Vidya Pratibhimbita Chaitanyam. That concept, whatever he gave, took that people and after that deviated and made the how many branches, 100 branches are there. More than 100. Eka Jivavada, Bahujivavada, and like this, many. Parichinnavada, Pratibhimbavada, Abhasavada. Like that. Anytime, what means one person comes, then after that, one main person, main acharya comes, then deviations 100 will be. And once again, 100. Once again, 100. Like that, now also you are seeing that. It will not end. It is not ending actually. It is the beginning. In another 10, 50, another 50, 100 years, you'll be seeing once again 40, 50 branches in this. 150 on 50 years you'll be seeing. Even the followers of Prabhupada, 100 branches will be there. 100 types of philosophies. This is the symptom of Kali actually. It will make the people's mind like that. Because of to make the power, they will be always so finding their own, that means philosophy, and you become my follower. But one main branch will keep on going. That will be there. Nobody can stop that. That will go till the time, that means, but at one point of time, that also finished. Sakalena Mahato Yoga, Nashta Parantapa. That also will be finished. But it will be many branches, many groups, many opinions, and many based upon, there will be no one, that means unity will not be there. You may try to bring unity, but it will not possible actually. And many opinions, and then once again they will be among them also. Initially they are group, and then after few years, or after 15, 20 years, once again they will become two groups. That group also will become another, like that. It happened in the Advaitin groups, you can see how many branches are there. So then what is our role? Our role is.
But in the Vaishnava Sampradaya also such kind of branching is
Yeah. Very varieties are there. Variations. Even in the Sri Vaishnava, Vadagalai, Tengalai, and like that many. In that inside, if you go even more, you can find practices, subtle differences. So, because they understand Shastra as per their modes actually, and they try to project that. They try to project that. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam siddhanam api kaschin mam vetti tattva. वो कौन है वो एक वो आप ही होना चाहिए प्रयास करो. You feel that I should be that, and you pray to the Lord that I should be one. That means thousands of people, they will endeavor to know the absolute truth. Out of that endeavor, people who endeavored, so only one really know the Lord. Who is that one? Yes.
But in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission also this formula, same formula.
Everywhere to Lord Prabhu. We are not actually. That means we are all in the path, definitely. But how many lives it will take? So how much mercy we need. And understanding also. Prabhupada books, Prabhupada wrote, but people also understanding differently, and they are manufacturing their own ideologies. So that's why we should be always very humbly with praying to the Lord. Only the Lord. So please send me such a person in my life so that always I should get the right understanding. And I have no kind of pride or the ego of my intelligence or my mind. So, my dear Lord, You give me all the time. That means your protection for on all the ways. Make me all the time. Make all the time. Make me right understanding. Give me the right understanding and give me the right direction. Such as sadhus you send me. Like that, you should regularly pray this. Regularly, you should pray. Because we are nothing. Jivatma is infinitely small, that is Shakti, what it can. And we don't know what kind of fortune we have. And we only, you can do is praying to the Lord. Pray to the Lord. So that we should not be in the wrong hands. So then, Krishna definitely will give the good intelligence and good directions, and good sadhus will be definitely coming to our life. They manufacture their own religious principles and disobey great personalities like Vyasa, Narada, even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. As soon as one disobeys authority, he immediately becomes very sinful and the king was so puffed up and impudent that he dared disrespect the great saintly personalities, and this brought him ruination. इति ते सत्कृतास्तेन द्विजा पंडितमानिना भग्नायां भव्यायां चायां तस्मै विदुरचाक्रुदुः चुक्रुदुः.
My dear Vidura, all good fortune unto you. The foolish king, who thought himself very learned, thus insulted the great sages, and the sages, being broken-hearted by the king's words, became very angry at him.
Yeah, so Vena didn't hear their words, so they got very bad feeling. हन्यतामेषा पापः प्रकृतिदारुणः जीवं जगदासवासु कुरुते भस्मसात् ध्रुवम्.
All the great saintly sages immediately cried, "Kill him! Kill him! He is the most dreadful, sinful person. If he lives, he will certainly turn the whole world into ashes in no time."
Yeah. Kill him. Hanyatam.
So kill him.
Now all are Venas whom to kill actually. Saintly persons are generally very kind to all kinds of living entities, but they are not unhappy. There are two negations are there. That means they are happy when a serpent or a scorpion is killed. It is not good for saintly persons to kill, but they are encouraged to kill demons who are exactly like serpents and scorpions. Therefore, all the saintly sages decided to kill King Vena, who was so dreadful and dangerous to all human society. Now, in this time, actually, what we can do, we cannot kill, we can just preach and we can spread the holy name. But when we have communities, if someone is disturbing us, then we should kill them actually. But now we are not having this any potency also. We are not unity, no union, nothing is there. Then what we can do? With whom we can fight? They'll finish within seconds actually. We are scattered. But when we have community, then we can appreciate the extent to which the saintly sages actually control the king. If the king or government becomes demonic, it is the duty of saintly persons to upset the government and replace it with deserving persons who follow the orders and instructions of saintly persons. This Shakti is not there now. Saintly Shakti is not there.
Here, any disobedience, they would do, or extreme disobedience.
Extreme only. They have the dharma, so Manusmriti and Dharma Shastras. Saintly people they follow, they give teachings. They also gave good suggestions to him to correct himself many times. After the many trials, then finally they killed actually. Generally, it's very rare to happen. So, but the saintly people, the saintliness in the society will increase by regular chanting and hearing the holy names. Saintliness will increase. Now that's why, in that way, we can also control now. When Sankirtan movement increases, then the purity of the society increases. Automatically, the demonic kings will not be elected actually. So saintliness will increase in the society by regular spreading the holy name. नायमर्हत्य सद्वृस्तो नरदेव वरासनम् योधि यज्ञपतिं विष्णुं विनिन्दत्यनपत्रपः.
The saintly sages continued. This impious, imprudent man does not deserve to sit on the throne at all. He is so shameless that he even dared insult the supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu.
Yeah, he insulted Vishnu also. One should not at any time tolerate blasphemy and insults against Lord Vishnu or his devotees. A devotee is generally very humble and meek, and he is reluctant to pick a quarrel with anyone. Nor does he envy anyone. However, a pure devotee immediately becomes fiery with anger when he sees the Lord Vishnu or his devotee is insulted. This is the duty of a devotee. Although a devotee maintains an attitude of meekness and gentleness, it is a great fault on his part if he remains silent when the Lord or his devotee is blaspheming. We have seen Mother Sati also how, so when Lord Shiva is the devotee of the Lord, he insulted when she left her body. So first thing is just chop off the jihva, or otherwise go away. If you are not able to do these two, then leave the body. So
the extreme case.
extreme case is leaving the body. Yeah, extreme cases. So because they tried actually by good suggestions, he didn't hear. He didn't correct himself. Because killing the king is also very, it's not a good thing. Because the whole society will be disturbed. Killing king also is a major decision actually. It's the last option. King, even if he does, we have seen some kind of mistakes also, some kind of sin he does, but he not immediately is not pointed out. Because if you disrespect being a top person in the society, if you disrespect the authority, then all will be disrespecting. Then that will be a big problem actually. So that's why we should give chance to him to correct himself, and also superiors. Whenever you are going to correct superiors, there should be one point to think actually. So if you correct immediately, then there is many big problem will come. Everyone will be doing the same thing. So that's why correction will be done after giving the good chances. That means final decision, final thing. So good chances should be given. Some tolerance, then after the chances, then after that, final decision. को वैनं परिचक्षिता वेनमेकं ऋते शुभं प्राप्त ईदृशमैश्वर्यं यदनुग्रहभाजनः.
But for King Vena, who is simply inauspicious, who would blaspheme the supreme Godhead, by whose mercy one is awarded all kinds of content opulence.
Yeah. So when human society individually or collectively becomes godless or blasphemes, the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is certainly destined for ruination. Such a civilization invites all kinds of bad fortune due to not appreciating the mercy of the Lord. That is going to happen actually. I don't know, some people are saying. So in the coming years, there will be a lot of fightings will be there. The stiffness among the countries also increasing day by day. The relationship is becoming very, very brittle and stiff. At any time it will break, and Prabhupada also said many times. So this kind of society will not continue for a long time. Very soon, that means there will be a big fighting among these countries. And in the coming years, actually, till 2030. So astrologically, and also if you see, and also Even in the Telugu, actually in Andhra Pradesh, or where that's what he is also writing actually. This 2030 to 35, when 25, 26 onwards to 30, 35, major, that means major population will be wiped off. Major population will be wiped off. Because how much actually controlling? It's not the 1%, 2%. Population is like the cumulative karma will be leading to that. That's obvious. Prakriti will reset everything. That's natural. So resetting thing will happen. Then once again, game starts. This will be there. Then only people will, now with the present mindset, it's difficult to do certain changes in the society also. Even we are pushing to have our own communities and come out. It's becoming difficult, but it will become forcible. Only one option, then it will be accepted. Let us see. Ittam vyavasita hantum ऋषयो रूढमन्यवः निर्गृह कृतैर्वेनम हतमुच्यत निंदया.
The great sages, thus manifesting their coward anger, immediately decided to kill the king. King Vena was already as good as dead due to his blasphemy against the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, without using any weapons, the sages killed King Vena simply by high sounding words.
Yeah. Already by blaspheming the Lord, he dead. So, Rishibhi swashrama padam gate putra kalevaram sunita palayamasa vidya yogena sochati.
After all the sages returned to their respective hermitages, the mother of King Vena, Sunita, became very much aggrieved because of her son's death. She decided to preserve the dead body of her son by the application of certain ingredients and by chanting mantras, mantra yogena.
Yeah. So she preserved that body. She is also a powerful woman. Her father is also very powerful. She preserved that body, son's body. Ekada munayasте tu saraswatya saraswas saraswatsalila plutaha Kutvagnin satkrutanश्चक्रुर उपविष्टा स्वरिक्तटे.
Once upon a time, the same saintly persons, after taking their bath in the river Saraswati, began to perform their daily duties by offering oblations into the sacrificial fires. After this, sitting on the bank of the river, they began to talk about the transcendental person and his pastimes.
Yeah, so they killed king, but they didn't give alternative. They left. But one time they were all sitting on the bank of Saraswati and seeing the things actually, what is happening in the society. After this, sitting on the bank of the river, they began to talk about the transcendental person and his pastimes. Next, also they are seeing the society's situation. वीक्षोत्थितांस्तदोत्पातान् आहुर्लोकभयङ्करान् अप्यभद्रमनाथाय दस्युभ्यो न भवेद्भुवः.
Those days, there were various disturbances in the country that were creating a panic in society. Therefore, all the sages began to talk amongst themselves. Since the king is dead and there is no protector in the world, misfortune may befall the people in general on account of rogues and thieves.
Yeah, there is no king. So therefore all sages began to talk amongst themselves. Since king is dead, there is no protector in the world, misfortune may befall the people in general. So leader is very important. Whenever there is a disturbance in the state or a panic situation, the property and lives of the citizens become unsafe. This is caused by the uprising of various thieves and rogues. At such time, it is to be understood that the ruler or the government is dead. That means when you can decide government is dead, when there is property. So the property and lives of citizens become unsafe. Property and the lives are unsafe, then that's all. You can understand that government is dead. All of these misfortunes happened due to the death of King Vena. Thus, the saintly persons became very anxious for the safety of the people in general. The conclusion is that even though saintly persons have no business in political affairs, they are always compensate upon the people in general. Thus, even though they are always aloof from society out of mercy and compassion, they consider how the citizens can peacefully execute their rituals and follow the rules and regulations of Varnashrama Dharma. So, society means Varnashrama Dharma. If there is no Varnashrama Dharma, then that is not society and they are not humans. In 11th canto also we see. Varnashrama society, establishing Varnashrama Dharma in general is also one of our objective actually, our movement object. That was the concern of these sages. In this age of Kali, everything is disturbed. Therefore, saintly persons should take to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as recommended in the Shastras. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Katiranyatha. Both for the spiritual and material prosperity, everyone should devotedly chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Prabhupada's vision is like that. He wants to see everyone chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and whole society is organized in the way of Varnashrama Dharma. हम लोग अभी तो बहुत एक्चुअली कहाँ हैं अभी तो एकदम शुरुआत में हैं. This movement should expand and then after few years, after few hundred years, there will be a lot of Varnashrama communities. Then whole world will become Varnashrama society actually. And everywhere, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be worshipped in every village and town. Now just is a beginning. That small grain, little. This will grow like anything. Will go to not money days actually. Yeah, reset button will be pressed. Everything will be finished.
So now only devotees can make a choice.
Huh?
Now only devotees can make a choice.
Yeah.
We can start buying land and
Yes, yes.
Job goes, we can do something.
Yeah, that's definitely devotees, but they should train. They should be trained. We should not immediately jump to the land. They should be trained in a smooth way. Actually, they should do their normal work. Apart from that, maybe Saturday, Sundays, few hours. Someone should be appointed as a leader, and he should take care of leading that area. So, taking the devotees and training them. So, for the training also, Varnashrama research team is first initial step. Then after that, so these team members they do different research in different areas who are they comfortable for them, whatever area is. So they will learn that and they will teach to others. So like that, it is also phase by phase we should go. Immediately if you go, then once again bad example, setting bad example. That is very bad actually, setting bad example. Instead of doing not doing is better than setting bad example. Next. Evam mrishantarshyo dhavatam sarvato disham pamsuhu samuttito bhuris choranam aviluppatam.
When the great sages were carrying on their discussion in this way, they saw a dust storm arising from all directions. This storm was caused by the running of thieves and rogues who were engaged in plundering the citizens.
My God. These rogues and thieves, they are having horses and so they are looting village by village and going. So the dust is rising like anything. Thieves and rogues simply avoid. We have seen Kardamani was glorifying Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu used to take the rod of chastisement, rod and on his chariot he is moving. By seeing him, all these thieves and rogues, they are hiding and nobody is there. So like that, king's duty is he should take his rod and he keep on moving with his army into the different villages and find anything wrong is happening immediately on the spot judgment. Finish, chop the head and Chop the hand, finish, and go. Like that. No, there will be what is that? Criminal CRPC. What is that? Both procedures are there. CRPC. Criminal code procedures, this procedure, that procedure, it's all nothing actually. Immediately.
But what if there comes a wrong judgment?
Wrong judgment comes also, then you will get punishment. King will get punishment. The actions will get. But they are very sharp actually. They are having the spies. All our villages also they appoint spies. King will be having the full control on the society based upon the spy. The lower level spy.
Spies become corrupt.
Spies and the spies also spy will be there. King, that Chanakya says, Brahmana sees through the Shastra things, the whole, and King sees Prakriti. Brahmana sees the Prakriti, that means mind, intelligence, all these are Prakriti. These are all the Prakriti for the Brahmana. He sees all these things using the Shastra. And Kshatriya's Prakriti is kingdom, military, ministers, wealth, all these. So people, land, these are his Prakriti. He see all these things using spy. If the leader if doesn't have the management, whoever is doing, if he doesn't have spy, then he'll fail. He'll fail. How to select spy and what the qualities are expected and how to select the ministers, everything is given in Arthashastra, Chanakya Arthashastra. It will become a little complex because now the technology increased, na? So
CCTV camera.
तदुपद्रवमाज्ञाय लोकस्य वसुलुम्पतां भर्तुरुपरते तस्मिन् अन्योन्यं चाधिकांसताम् चोरप्रायं जनपदं हीनसत्त्वमराजकं लोकान्नावरयं शक्ता अपि तद्दोषदर्शनः.
Upon seeing the dust storm, the saintly persons could understand that there were a great deal of irregularities due to the death of King Vena. Without government, the state was devoid of law and order, and consequently, there was a great uprising of murderers, thieves, and rogues who were plundering the riches of all of the people in general. Although the great sages could subdue the disturbance by their powers, just as they could kill the king, they considered it improper on their part to do so. Thus, they did not attempt to stop the disturbance.
Yeah, sages now they are seeing these thieves and rogues are stealing and looting the people, but still they didn't do this killing of these thieves and rogues because it's a king's duty, and so they are thinking, they are contemplating. And law and order, if there is no king, then there is no law and order. So that's our education is four types: Anvikshiki, Trayi, Varta, Dandaniti. There are the four education. Education is divided into four branches.
For the king.
No, for the entire society. Anvikshiki for everyone. Anvikshiki means it will be the knowledge about the matter and spirit. It's a spiritual knowledge, you can say. Like otherwise, darshanika gnan. So philosophy. Anvikshiki means philosophy. In the Gurukul, these four vidyas will be taught. Anvikshiki. Next, Trayi. Trayi means so Vedic knowledge, Vedas. That means three Vedas, chanting mantras, doing rituals. This especially Trayi is meant for Brahmanas. Next to Varta. Varta means business, Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam. This comes under the Varta. This is particularly for the Vaishyas. Dandaniti. That means what is dharma and what is adharma and what is the punishment. This is taught to the Kshatriya. So that's why education is and Anvikshik is common for the both. That means three varnas. Trayi for the specifically for the Brahmanas, Varta for the Vaishyas, Dandaniti for the Kshatriyas, and Anvikshiki for the everyone. And what about Sudras? They will be having village technologies only. Like they are not taught with this. Their father only will teach. So if someone is potential enough, he can come to the Gurukul. He may become Brahmana. He will be allowed to become Brahmana also. So, but if he is not competent, then he can go and so do continue with his father work. So, like this, education is divided into four branches.
When King Vena was there, also law and order was in chaos. because he was stopping all the yajnas.
Yes.
So, what is so special now?
He has his own special land order, which is favorable to him.
Oh.
No, that is also not there. The saintly persons and great sages killed King Vena out of emergency, but they didn't choose to take part in the government in order to subdue the uprising of thieves and rogues, which took place after the death of King Vena. It is not the duty of brahmanas and saintly persons to kill, although they may sometimes to do, and they sometimes do so in the case of emergency, apat dharma. Actually, brahmanas killing means is apat dharma only, but otherwise they don't do. They could kill all the thieves and rogues by prowess of their mantras, but they thought it is a duty of a Kshatriya king to do so. Thus, they reluctantly didn't take part in the killing business. Next, Brahmana samadrukshanto dinanam samupekshakaha sravrate brahma tasyapi binna bando patayuvyatha.
The great sages began to think that although Brahmana is peaceful and impartial because he is equal to everyone, it is still not his duty to neglect pure humans. By such neglect,
Pur.
by such neglect, a Brahmana's spiritual power diminishes, just as water kept in a cracked pot leaks out.
Yeah, some adharma is happening and Brahmana doesn't do something to stop that adharma. As per his dharma, he should do endeavors to stop that. Otherwise, if he doesn't do, then he will be polluted actually. He will lose his Brahmanatvam. The sages began to think that although a Brahmana is peaceful and impartial, because he is equal to everyone, Brahmani Charati iti Brahmana means equipoised person towards everything. It is still not his duty to neglect. It is still not his duty. Not his duty to neglect. That means he should interfere actually. Poor humans. By such a neglect, Brahmana's spiritual power diminishes. Just a water kept in a cracked pot leaks out. So that's why Brahmanatvam will be finished. If something bad is happening in the society, if we don't react, so no, that's not good. Then Brahmana will lose the Brahmanatvam. Vaishnavas, that's why we are preaching. We are very much so worried about the present situation of the society. So Prabhupada is writing here, Brahmanas, the topmost section of the human society, are mostly devotees. That means Brahmana who is called, the one who is not Avaishnava is Brahmana. Avaishnava means what? The one who is not envious towards the Lord and his devotees is a Brahmana. If anyone who is having all the good qualities of Brahmanical qualities, that's the 6 plus 6, 12 qualities. Even if he has 12 qualities, if he is envious about the Lord, then he is not a Brahmana. Or the devotees. He should be treated as like a dog eater. How one doesn't like to see the face of the dog eater, similarly, one should not see the face of that Brahmana who is envious of the Lord or his devotees. So that's why the natural quality of the Brahmana is non-envious towards the devotees and Vaishnavas. It should be there. Otherwise, he is not a Brahmana. So he is not envious. And that Brahmana who is not envious, he will definitely accept the Lord. That means he is not considering how to feel the envious about the Lord. That means if you think that Lord is also out of the Maya, Lord is also out of the, that means is Maya Pratibimbita Chaitanyam. So such a conception, instead of accepting Lord is transcendental, if you consider Lord is just out of Maya, so such a Mayavadis all are not at all Brahmanas. Even they are taking birth and they have the qualities, so Upanayana Samskara, this and that, but they are not Brahmanas. So that means Brahmana, to become a Brahmana, he should accept the Lord as it is a transcendental body. It should be accepted. And also he should worship and he should respect the Vaishnavas. So that's why whenever he does any karmakanda at that time, he chant the Vishnu's name at that time, what conception he is having? He will never think that Vishnu is out of Maya. He thinks that Vishnu is as it is, transcendental. That person only is the Brahmana. And so, but such a Brahmana is known as karmi, who is doing the karma and using bhakti for the help of getting success of karma. Then he is a karmi Brahmana. But some Brahmanas who are, that means, doing bhakti as major and karma as lower, then that is the pradhani bhuta bhaktas. And some Brahmanas who dedicatedly do only service to the Lord, direct service to the Lord, then they are the Suddha Vaishnavas. So that's why to become Brahmana, one should be non-envious. Otherwise, he is not at all a Brahmana. So, in their elevated condition, the Brahmanas are called Vaishnavas. That's why Brahmana, when he does bhakti as primarily, then he is a Vaishnava. There are two types of Brahmanas, namely Brahmana Pandita and Brahmana Vaishnava. A qualified Brahmana is naturally very learned, but when his learning is advanced in understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he becomes Brahmana Vaishnava. Unless one becomes a Vaishnava, one's perfection of Brahmanical culture is incomplete. Okay. Next. Nangasya vamsho rajarshe esha sam rajarshe esha samstamarhati amoga virya hi nrupa vamshesmin keshavashraya.
The sages decided that the descendants of the family of the saintly king Anda should not be stopped. But in this family, the semen was very powerful, and the children were thrown to become devotees of the Lord.
Amoga virya hi nrupa vamshe asmin keshavashrayaha. So because Dromaras took the shelter of Lord and his semen is flowing in the bodies. So that's why it is powerful. Amogha Virya. We'll read this purport. The purity of hereditary succession is called Amogha Virya. The pious seminal succession in the twice born families of the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, especially, as well as in the families of Vaishyas also, must be kept very pure by the observation of the purificatory process beginning with the Garbhadana Samskara. The Brahmanatvam, that's Kshatriyatvam or Vaishyatvam will be kept preserved if they follow all the samskaras properly for at least 7 generations. Then in that generation, the boy whoever is appearing Brahmana is Brahmana. Can be. That is also not guarantee. Can be.
99%.
19%. We can call 19%. So that's there is no need to check much. But to check a character of the boy, that means Varna of the boy, we need to follow. So their astrology, that means astrological chart, birth, time, and their chart, and also their psychophysic nature, their father's parents' nature, and so his psychophysic nature, astrology, and parents, the birth actually has to be seen. But when the 7 generations at least they follow, there is a scope is there, but guarantee is there when you give guarantee from the Brahmaji to the till now. Brahma is the beginning. Till now, all the people in this life they followed all the samskaras. Then there is a guarantee. Who's write this? Bhakti Siddhanta write in the Brahmana Vaishnava essay actually. Show me such a person, then I will accept he is a Brahmana in that. By birth he is Brahmana or by birth Kshatriya. He challenges actually in that conference, in that debate. But nobody is able to prove that. How can you give guarantee? But at least 7 generations they follow, there's a good chances there. Purificatory process, all they should be followed. That means mother side and father side both. No mixing, no crossbreeding. No leaving the purificatory. Then semen will not be preserved. Purity will not be preserved. Because by associating the semen with the Sunita, then it's spoiled and Vena came. But some portion will be there. But it's already spoiled now. Vena is bad boy. So samskaras preserve the tradition actually, the purity of the purification, like the Vettana Suddhi we do, na? Vettana Suddhi. Like that, semen, that means the existence is purified by the samskaras. That's a Varna. Society means samskaras. Varnashram means samskaras. If samskaras are not followed, means gone. Now I don't think that nobody is following it. No one. We don't see that someone is following. Nobody is following nowadays. Which is observed before conceiving a child. Unless this purificatory process, even observing the Garbhadhan Samskara is also not so easy actually. Because fixing the date and in a monthly, maybe 1 day or 2 day it will match. And matching day, and also it is becoming successful. Fertility is also very rare. And like that, how many years they should try? Even they do it every day, they are not getting nowadays.
For 60 rounds.
64 rounds, 50, 64, I think. So that is that rounds are they don't follow that also. One something is missing. That means Garbhadhan and Samskara doing properly is also nowadays becoming very difficult for people. They know if they do it, will some good result will come. But how many are doing actually? Even they think that they are doing, but they are not able to do successfully actually. Because so exactly muhurta also should match properly according to their astrological charts, and also that's woman's timing cycles also should match and everything, and also after that this potency of the male also should be competent, he is fit enough, and consciousness also pure, and in all considerations people they do for the 1 year or 2 years, then they get frustration, leave it. जो भी होगा होगा, ऐसा चल रहा है actually. Nowadays is going on like, I have seen some couples like that. They got frustrated actually. Oh, and also society force is there. Hey, you are not getting children. No, no children. With this also they are feeling bad, and finally they are giving up. It's like a tapasya. Garbhadhan samskar is also like a tapasya. It's not an easy thing. But brahmacharis who married at 40s, then gone case. What kind of children they produce? And nowadays, because of the junk foods they are eating, and the food is not having the soul in that dead food, na, that is all dead food, because all hybridization and no soul, nothing. Such a food we are eating, it's like a equal to dead food actually. So there is no so rate of fertility in that. So which is observed.
So that through rains,
Grains,
yeah.
that for like
Oh. Food also.
and dead food actually, dead food. So leaving that. All these baked and these raw foods are not fresh foods actually. Souls are not there in that. Junk foods, dead foods. So, yeah, that's true, Prabhu. That's why Gunakarma Vibhashaka. So, what is the traditional system? By birth, also, we are not neglecting birth completely. In the Gurukul, when boy joins, so his Varna will be decided by the teacher, by the Guru, and not just by the only psychophysic nature. He considers the birth also. Birth also gives the factor. Prabhupada also said that we should not at all take the consideration of birth. He will never say. But that's why I'm saying if someone at least follows 7 generations samskaras properly from the male and mother and father both sides, there is a good chance to become a that varna person. That doesn't mean that guarantee we are not saying. Ultimately, we decide the boy's varna by the guna and karma only. But good consideration you can have, provided they followed the samskaras properly, at least for 7 generations. Otherwise, then what is the use of samskaras? Samskaras preserving that tradition properly, actually. So that's why in the due course of time, then there is no need to test much. So that Varna person will become that Varna boy. But now it is, but the final decision will be done by the Gunakarma only. Final decision will be done by the Gunakarma. Consideration will be there. However, his semen, so unless this purificatory process is strictly observed, especially by the Brahmanas, the family descendants become impure and gradually sinful activities become visible in the family. Maharaja Anga was very pure because of purification of semen in the family of Maharaj Dhruva. However, his semen become contaminated in association with his wife, Sunitha. That means if you, that means a woman who thinks about the other male, by associating her, your semen also becomes, even thinking also, impurity will come in this. In the boy will be impure actually, impure boy, Varna Sankar boy will come. Who happened to be the daughter of death personified. Because of this polluted semen, King Vena was produced. This was a catastrophe in family of Dhruva Maharaj. All the saintly persons and sages considered this point and they decided to take action in this matter and described in the following verses. Cruel man. Cruel man. विनिश्चित्येवं ऋषयो विपन्नस्य महीपतेः ममन्तूरुरुं तरसा तत्रासीत् बाहुको नरः.
After making a decision, the saintly persons and sages churned the thighs of the dead body of King Vena with a great force and according to a specific method. As a result of this churning, a dwarf-like person was born from King Vena's body.
Yeah, Bahuka came. That person was born by the churning of the thighs of the King Vena proves that the spirit soul is individual and separate from the body. The great sages and saintly persons could beget another person from the body of dead King Vena. But it was not possible for them to bring King Vena back to life. Actually, people may think that from the body person came, that is matter, soul came from matter. People may think life comes from matter. Prabhupada is giving breaks to us actually. He's putting break. No, don't consider like that, he's saying. So he's proving that this dead man cannot be made into the living man. So that means what? So life cannot bring into the dead body, but from that another soul is by the special process, soul is there and body is created from the body. That much only we should take. Like that Prabhupada is warning us. So Vena was gone, and certainly he had taken another body. The saintly persons and sages were only concerned with the body of Vena because it was a result of the seminal succession of the family of Maharaj Dhruva. Consequently, the ingredients by which another body could be produced were there in the body of King Vena. By a certain process, when the thighs of the dead body were churned, another body came out. Although dead, the body of the King Vena was preserved by the drugs and mantras chanted by the King Vena's mother. In this way, the ingredients for the production of another body were there. Body comes from body. But so soul cannot come from the body. When the body of the person named Bahuka came out of the dead body of the King Vena, it was really not very astonishing. It was simply a question of knowing how to do it. From the semen of one body, another body is produced. And the life symptoms are visible due to the soul taking shelter of this body. One should not think that it was impossible for another body to come out of the dead body of Maharaj Vena. This was performed by the skillful actions of the sages. Kaka Krishnoti Haswango Haswabahur Aswapanimna Sagro Raktakshastamra Murdaja. Description of Bahuka. I will read you. This person born from King Vena's thighs was named Bahuka and his complexion was black as crows. All the limbs of his body were very short. His arms and legs were short. His jaws were large. His nose was flat. His eyes were reddish and his hair copper colored, like you can find in the South Africa, African countries, not South Africa, African countries. You can say. He was sent there actually. Go there and live. You can these characteristics match with them. They used to stay in the.
But they are very tall and
They no, their hair is copper color, back and nose is flat. So yeah, like this. Hands are hands are short. Hands, body is big. Short limbs of his body. तं तु ते वनतं दीनं किं करोमीति वादिनं निषीद इत्यब्रुवंस्ताता स निषादस्ततोऽभवत्.
Was very submissive and weak. And immediately after his birth, he bowed down and inquired, Sirs, what shall I do? The great sages replied, Please sit down. Nishida. Thus, the father of the Nishada race, was born.
Yeah, wait up. Good. It is said in in the Shastras that the head of the body represents of Brahmanas, the arms represent the Kshatriyas, the abdomen represents the Vaishyas, and the legs beginning with the thighs represent Sudras. The Sudras are sometimes called black or Krishna. The Brahmanas are called Sukla or white, and the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas are a mixture of black and white. However, those were extraordinarily white are said to have skin produced out of white leprosy. It may be concluded that white or a golden hue is the color of the higher caste and black is the complexion of the Sudras. This is a color-based discrimination. This is there actually, even in the Western countries. So white is considered as higher and black is considered lower. Next, tasya vamshastu naishada girikanana gochara yena haranjayamano vena kalmashamulbanam.
After his Nishada's birth, he immediately took charge of all the resultant actions of King Vena's sinful activity. As such, his Nishada class are always engaged in sinful activities like stealing, plundering, and hunting. Consequently, they are only allowed to live in the hills and forests.
Yeah. The Nishadas are not allowed to live in the cities and towns because they are sinful by nature. As such, their bodies are very ugly and their occupations are also sinful. We should, however, know that even these sinful men, who are sometimes called kiratas, can be delivered from their sinful condition to the topmost Vaishnava platform by the mercy of a pure devotee. Engagement in the transcendental loving devotional service of the Lord can make anyone, however sinful he may be, fit to return home back to Godhead. One has only to become free from all contamination by the process of devotional service. In this way, everyone can become fit to return home back to Godhead. This is confirmed by the Lord in Bhagavad Gita 9.32. मां हि पार्था व्यपाश्रित्य येऽपि स्युः पापयोनयः स्त्रीवैश्या तथा शूद्रस्तेऽपि यान्ति परां गतिम्. O son of Partha, those who take shelter of me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, as well as Sudras, workers, can approach the supreme destination. Then the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the fourth canto, 14th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The Story of King Vena. Go to next chapter. मैत्रेयुवाच अथ तस्य पुनर्विप्रैरपुत्रस्य महीपतेः बाहुभ्यां मत्यमानाभ्यां मिथुनं समुपद्यत. I will read, Prabhu. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, thus Brahmanas and the great sages again churned the two arms of King Vena's dead body. As a result, a male and female couple came out of his arms. Now male and female came. तदृष्ट्वा मिथुनं जातं ऋषयो ब्रह्मवादिनः ऊचुः परमसन्तुष्टा विदित्वा भगवत्कलाम्. The great sages were highly learned in Vedic knowledge, when they saw the male and female bone of the arms of Vena's body, they were very pleased, for they could understand that the couple was an expansion of a plenary portion of Vishnu, the supreme personality of Godhead. That means Prutu and Archi both came out. The purport, the method adopted by the great sages and scholars who were learned in Vedic knowledge was perfect. They removed all the reactions of King Vena's sinful activities by seeing that King Vena first gave birth to Bahuka, described in the previous chapter. After King Vena's body was thus purified, a male and female came out of it, and the great sages could understand that this was an expansion of Lord Vishnu. This expansion, of course, was not Vishnu Tattva, but a specifically empowered expansion of Lord Vishnu known as Avesha. It's not the Swamsha Avatara. Prithu Maharaj is not Swamsha Avatara. He is a jivatma only, but given the potency to him. What kind of potency? Ruling potency. So Palana Shakti. Palana Shakti is given to him. That's why he is Shakti Avesha Avatara only. Rashe Uchuhu Eta Vishnur Bhagavata Kala Bhuvana Palini Iyamcha Lakshmya Sambhutihi Purushasyana Payini.
The great sages said, the male is a plenary expansion of the power of Lord Vishnu, who maintains the entire universe. And the female is a plenary expansion of the goddess of fortune, is never separated from the Lord.
So Mother Lakshmi expansion also came. That means her potency also is given to one Jiva, and she became Archi. So, Prabhupada writing, in the society, people are very much fond of goddess of fortune than the Narayana, actually Vishnu. Then Prabhupada writing, people in the material world are very fond of goddess of fortune, and they want her favor in the form of riches. They should know, however, that the goddess of fortune is inseparable from Lord Vishnu. Materialists should understand that the goddess of fortune should be worshipped along with Lord Vishnu and should not be regarded separately. Materialist seeking the favor of goddess of fortune must worship Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi together to maintain material opulence. If materialist follows the policy of Ravana, who wanted to separate Sita from Lord Ramchandra, the process of separation will vanquish him. Some people they worship only Lakshmi they have golden temple in Tamil Nadu. That's not authentic actually. Authentic means that is not recommended. Ayam tu pratamo ragnam puman prathayita yeshaha pruturnama maharajo bhavishyati prutushrava.
After two, the male will be able to expand his reputation throughout the world. His name will be Prutu. Indeed, he will be the first among kings.
Yeah. There are different types of incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Shastra, it is said that Garuda, the carrier of the Lord Vishnu, and Lord Shiva and Ananta are all very powerful incarnations of the Brahman feature of the Lord. Similarly, Sachipati or Indra, the king of heaven, is an incarnation of lusty feature of the Lord. Aniruddha is an incarnation of the Lord's mind. Similarly, King Prutu is the incarnation of the ruling force of the Lord. Thus, the saintly persons and great sages predicted the future activities of King Prutu, who was already explained, who was explained as a partial incarnation of the plenary expansions of the Lord. So these are the different four incarnations we can see in the Laghu Bhagavatamritam. So that is the book.
Anuruddha is the expansion of.
Huh?
Anuruddha is the expansion.
It's a Vyuha, Chaturvyuha. The Anuruddha demigod is also there. So that there in that which portion comes? Whose portion? Kamadev's portion and another Pradyumna is another. Huh? Another portion. Anuruddha? Huh? And also there is a lot of many things are there, like mind, chitta, intelligence. Intelligence is the worshipable deity is the Sankarshan Bhagavan, and controlling deity is the Rudra. And for the mind also, worshipable deity is Aniruddha, and controller is Vishnu, I think.
Sankarshan is also.
Ahankara, sorry. Ahankara. And for the intelligence, Pradyumna is the worshipable deity, and Brahmaji is the controller. Controller, actually. And Chittam, so worshipable deity is Vasudeva, and controller is Vishnu. So like this, that portions are given to the jivas. Here they are all not swamsas, actually. That's the point, actually. These things are given different potencies of the Lord. Like Brahman potency is given. Brahman potency is given means, so Sarva Vyapakatvam and Sarvagnatvam, that kind of potencies are given to make the Lord Shiva and Ananta and other things. And Garuda. To get the Prutu, Palan Shakti is given. Like that is a point. Like in the case of Rishabhadev, Bhakti Shakti is given. It is also Jiva, Bhakti Shakti is given. In the case of Kumaras, Gnana Shakti is given. So like that. For the jivatma only, all are jivas. Iyam cha sudati devi guna bhushana bhushana archirnama vararoha prutumeva varundati.
The female has such beautiful teeth and beautiful qualities that she will actually beautify the ornament she wears. Her name will be Archi. In the future, she will accept King Prutu as her husband.
Yeah. Her name is Archi, and she is going to accept Prutu as her husband. Yesha sakshat hareramsho jato lokari rakshaya iyam cha tatpara hi sri ranujagnenu payini.
The form of King Prutu, the supreme personality of Godhead, has appeared through a part of his potency to protect the people of the world. The goddess of fortune is the constant companion of the Lord, and therefore she has incarnated partially as Archi, become King Prutu's twin.
Yeah. King Prutu was Shaktiyavesh avatar of the Lord. Similarly, Archi, King Prutu's wife, was Shaktiyavesh avatar of the goddess of fortune. Huh? Like Swayambhu Manu and also Satrapa also came.
Swayambhu Manu did come from
Brahma, actually, yes.
But here, Vena was a human.
It's not from the male-female combination.
The same body.
Body, but so that's the Stree Purusha Maituna is not the cause. Then the Sahodara. That means from one womb, Udara. Same, Samana Udara is not there here.
Brother sister only when same Udara. But
Sahod.
same semen it is coming.
Body is coming, yes. So, of course, it is not like regular process, not like same body. They are coming from one yoni, actually, no. They are not coming from one Sahodara, is not there. Sodari, she is not Sodari. So, principle is used. Maitreya Uvacha Prashamsanti Smatam Vipra Gandharva Pravarajaguhu Mumuchuhu Samano Sumanodharaha Siddha Nrutyanti Swastriyaha.
The great sage Maitreya continued, my dear Vidiraji, at that time all the Brahmanas highly praised and glorified King Prutu, and the best singers of Gandharvaloka chanted his glories. The inhabitants of Siddhaloka showered flowers, and the beautiful women in the heavenly planets danced in ecstasy.
So, because of appearance of Prutu and Archi, so demigods, they became happy. Next, Sankaturya Mrudangadaya Nedurdundubayo Divi Tatra Sarva Upajagmur Devarshi Pitrunam Gana.
Conch shells, bugles, drums, and kettle drums vibrated in outer space. Great sages, forefathers, and personalities from the heavenly planets all came to earth from various planetary systems.
Yeah. Brahma Jagat Guru Devai Sahasrutya Sureshwaraihi Vainyasya Dakshine Haste Drishtva Chihnam Gadabhrataha पादयोररविन्दं च तं वै मेने हरे कलां यस्या प्रतिहतं चक्रम् अंशः स परमेष्टिनः.
Lord Brahma, the master of the entire universe, arrived there accompanied by all the demigods and chiefs. Seeing the lines of Lord Vishnu's palm on King Prutu's right hand and impressions of lotus flowers on the soles of his feet, Lord Brahma could understand that King Prutu was a partial representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one whose palm bears the sign of a disc, as well as other such lines, should be considered a partial representation or incarnation of the Supreme Lord.
Yeah, Brahma is approving actually. Prabhupada is writing important purport. There is a system by which one can detect an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nowadays, it has become a cheap fashion to accept any rascal as an incarnation of God. But from this incident, we can see that Lord Brahma personally examined the hands and feet of Lord Prutu for specific signs. In their prophecies, the learned sages and Brahmanas accepted Prutu Maharaj as a plenary partial expansion of the Lord. That's why here, so authority, authority also following Shastra. Shastra, whatever the signs are describing for the Lord, so those signs are seen by the authority, and so Brahma is authority for everyone actually, all the demigods. Then he approved. He is the incarnation of the Lord, partial incarnation of the Lord. Then he was accepted. Similarly, you cannot make anyone as a Lord incarnation. During the presence of the Lord Krishna, however, a king declared himself Vasudeva, and Lord Krishna killed him. Pondrak. Before accepting someone as an incarnation of God, one should verify his identity according to the symptoms mentioned in the Shastra. So similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu we accept as Supreme Personality of Godhead because symptoms are matching. What are the symptoms? Krishnavarnam Trisha Krishnam Sangopanga Parshadam Yagnaihi Sankirtana Prayair Yajantihi Sumedasaha. These are the symptoms actually elaborately, very detailed explanation is done by Jiva Goswami in Tattva Sandarbha. That means fitting the sloka meaning with the only Mahaprabhu, not others. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, you can see in a one flow like that, but detailed discussion will be there in the Tattva Sandarbha, Sarva Samvadini Tika. Very detailed actually. So then we can clearly see that this Lakshana will go with only Mahaprabhu, not others. And that's why that Mahaprabhu is nothing but Supreme Personality of Godhead. Based upon Bhagavatam, we established. So Jiva Goswami established Bhagavatam is the Chakravarti Pramana, and that Chakravarti Pramana is establishing Mahaprabhu as Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why there is no doubt in that. Mahaprabhu is something other than the Supreme Lord. Other explanations mean? Those are not there in Tattva Sandarbha, they are not there in the Bhagavatam also. Once it is established means, also ho hi jayega. Others, that is enough actually. Main thing if you do, then. So that's why we should not worry. Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they should not feel, oh, how Mahaprabhu can be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Other Sampradayas are not accepting. Jiva Goswami clearly established. Even the top to the Vedas, Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost Pramana, Chakravarti Pramana. After that establishing, so we can easily show, that means Bhagavatam is only showing that this incarnation is Mahaprabhu, is Krishna himself. So that's why we should not feel any hesitation actually. तस्याभिषेके आरब्धो ब्राह्मणे ब्रह्मवादिभिः अभिशेषनिकान्यस्मै आजः सर्वतो जना.
The learned Brahmanas, who are very attached to the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies, then arranged for the king's coronation. People from all directions collected all different paraphernalia for the ceremony. Thus, everything was complete.
Now the paraphernalia quickly will just take another 10 minutes, 5 minutes actually. We'll reach to the till 20 and we'll leave there. Sarat samudra girayo naga gava khaga mrugaha jauhukshiti sarva bhutani samajaha. What is that? Something here. Then no problem. All the rivers, seas, hills, mountains, serpents, cows, birds, animals, heavenly planets, the earthly planet, and all other living entities collected various presentations according to their ability to offer the king. With coronation purpose, everyone is bringing different things. Sebishikto Maharajaha Suvasa Sadvalankrutaha Patnyarchishalankrutaya Virejegni. So thus the great king Prutu exquisitely dressed with garments and ornaments was coronated and placed on the throne. The king and his wife Archie, who was also exquisitely ornamented, appeared exactly like fire. Tasmai jaharadhanado haimam vera varasanam varunaha salilasravam atapatram shashiprabhavam.
The great sage continued, "My dear Vidura, Kuvera presented the great king Prutu with a golden throne. The demigod Varuna presented him with an umbrella that constantly sprayed fine particles of water and was as brilliant as the moon.
Yeah. वायुश्च वालव्यजने धर्म कीर्तिमयी स्रजम इंद्रः किरीटमुत्कृष्टं दंडं संयमनं यमः.
The demigod of air, Vayu, presented King Prutu with two chamaras of air. The king of religion, Dharma, presented him with a flower garden which would expand his fame. The king of heaven, Indra, presented him with a valuable helmet. And the superintendent of death, Yamaraj, presented him with a scepter with which to rule the world.
Yeah. Brahma Brahmamayam Varma Bharati Haramuttamam Hari Sudarshanam Chakram Tatpatnya Vyahatam Sriyam.
Lord Brahma presented King Prutu with a protective garment made of spiritual knowledge. Bharati, Saraswati, the wife of Brahma, gave him a transcendental necklace. Lord Vishnu presented him with a Sudarshan disc, and Lord Vishnu's wife, the goddess of fortune, gave him imperishable opulences.
All the demigods presented various gifts to King Prutu. Hari, an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead known as Upendra in the heavenly planet, presented the king with this Sudarshan disc. It should be understood that this Sudarshan disc is not exactly the same type of Sudarshan disc used by personality of Godhead, Krishna or Vishnu. Since Maharaj Prutu was a partial representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's power, the Sudarshan disc given to him represented a partial power of the original Sudarshan disc. Everything partial. Dasachandramasim rudraha shatachandram tatambika somamrutamayanam swam tvastra rupashrayam ratham.
Lord Shiva presented him with a sword within a sheath marked with 10 moons, and his wife, the goddess Durga, presented him the shield marked with 100 moons. The moon demigod presented him with horses made of nectar, and the demigod Vishwakarma presented him with a very beautiful chariot.
Agnirajagavam chapam suryo rashmimaya nishun bhuh paduke yogamayo dyauh pushpa vilaman vaham.
The demigod of fire, Agni, presented him with a bow made of the horns of goats and cows. The sun god presented him with arrows as brilliant as sunshine. The predominating deity of Loka presented him with slippers full of mystic power. The demigods from outer space brought him presentations of flowers again and again.
This verse describes that the king's slippers were invested with mystic powers. Paduke yoga mayo. Thus, as soon as the king placed his feet in the slippers, they would immediately carry him wherever he desired. Mystic yogis can transfer themselves from one place to another whenever they desire. A similar power was invested in the slippers of King Prithu. Natyam sugitam vaditram antardhanam cha kechara rashayascha shisha satya Samudra Shankamatmajam.
The demigods who always travel in outer space gave him the arts to perform dramas, sing songs, play musical instruments, and disappear at his will. The great sages also offered him infallible blessings. The ocean offered him a conch shell produced from the ocean.
Yeah. Sindhavah parvata nadyo rata vidirmahatmanah tutotha magado vandi tam stoto upatasthire.
The seas, mountains, and rivers gave him room to drive his chariot without impediments. And a Sudha, a Magadha, and a Vandi offered prayers and praises. They all presented themselves before him to perform their respective duties.
Yeah, Vandi, Magadha, Sutas, these are all glorify the greatness of the kings. Because king needs some boost. Because to do this such a extraordinary activities for maintaining one family itself, people are struggling or not. So much trouble actually. For that motivation is needed. Who will give motivation? Wife will give motivation actually. So for the king, who will give motivation? Why not one wife? Many wives needed. That's why for him. So many wives and Vandi Magadas, they also give motivation. People who doesn't want any motivation, they should be brahmacharis and sannyasis. Yeah. Whoever need motivation, then they need to get married. Prabhupada writes this. It's not my sentence actually. Somewhere else I read recently only. Self-motivated people are like sadhus. They don't need any motivation.
Motivations.
They motivate the people. Okay, we'll end here. So tomorrow. Acha, acha,
No.
21 also will do. स्थावकांस्तान विप्रेत्य पुरुर्वैन्यः प्रतापवान् मेघनिहावाच प्रहसन्निदमब्रवीत्.
Thus, when the greatly powerful king, the son of Vena, saw the professionals before him, to congratulate them, he smiled, and with the gravity of the vibrating sounds of flowers, he spoke as follows.
Yeah. So next, Prutamara, after hearing Vandi's Magadha Suta's glorification, so Prutamara is replying to them actually. After hearing their glorification, what he is speaking, so we'll be seeing tomorrow. These 4 slokas. Little commentary is there that we will do. Thank you very much. Shri Prabhupada ki.